Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic and wonderful. Everything here is very good. Thank you, Jonathan, for reminding me what I'm supposed to be talking about today. And what I said I wanted to talk about was filming projects, but really what I want to talk about is sharing in general. Since the dawn of the internet, I've been a citizen of that internet. In fact, I've been a citizen of the internet before it existed. Right? I was on bulletin boards pre-internet. I was on Prodigy pre-internet, and so ever since the ability to massively share information, I've always been fascinated by it, and I wanted to be a part of it. So from the very beginning, I seized hold of methods for me to share thoughts, ideas, my worldviews, whatever. And so I have always been a bit of a voyeur that way. Not like that kind of voyeur, but voyeur in a sense that I let people into my life. And through articles or video or pictures, I've always maintained some sort of online presence. And I did it long before social media was a thing. I hand-coded a website that had me and here's what's going on in my life and here's some thoughts I've had and some ideas, as if anybody would care. And I thought that someday I would find an audience that did care, and it would be great to have this collection of data. And so I've always shared. I've always written articles about whatever it is that's interesting me. I've always, taken lots of photographs and published photographs about places that I've been or things that I've seen or experiences that I've had. And I have shared that since the internet began. And I've enjoyed that process a lot. Specifically, like, let's take this to just recent times. When my first game got published, Scallywags got published in 2012, I was very heavily at that point into like game designer circles, and I started to really consider my personal space on the internet and what I had to offer, because people were asking me for game advice. And I wanted to be able to share my experiences, and so I think that is really when CheveeDodd.com became like a place where you could go read articles that I wrote or whatever. And through that process, I decided long ago, this was, at the beginning of my game design process, I had been a software person, and I was excited by the idea of open source software, so I wanted to do open source game design. And by that, I mean that every day I would iterate on a design and then I would write an article about it. And so as my game designs, flourished or floundered, I wrote articles and I published them, and people read them and followed along my process. And I really enjoyed that. Took lots of pictures, put lots of stuff up. I did the same thing when I started to launch Pepahana, which was I was hoping it could be a platform for people who have to submit work reports. I have to submit weekly reports to here's what I did this week kind of thing. Which, by the way, it's complete nonsense. I hate it. And I wrote lots of articles about that. Last year's game design adventure with No Rogues Allowed, I wrote lots of articles about that and shared my whole process. Here in the shop, I've done dozens and dozens of project videos. I've shared a lot about my experiences. I've done, you probably don't know this, but I have done a lot of content writing through various platforms that hire people for content writing for lots of woodworking blogs. There's a lot of articles out there in somebody else's name that I wrote that, are about woodworking. I've filmed a lot of projects. And I've put all this stuff out there, and I've really enjoyed the experience of sharing that with people. But lately, this year in particular, I haven't done any of that. I designed, not from the ground up, but I designed 3 or 4 games this year. And I talked with them a little to you about them, but I didn't write articles. I didn't even, those thoughts didn't even enter my process to like, here's the details. I built a couple of projects this year for friends or family that I did not film or did not show on camera, did not do any sort of blog writing for. And I've been working on this on camera or off camera. I've been working on that room off camera. And I've been really enjoying doing something for me, not because I feel like I have something to share. And that feels a little bit weird, right? I mean, we're coming up on 7 years of doing this show, where every single day I let you look into the life of an average dude in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. And yet I've been really enjoying not sharing my life with you. Because, you know, my day life, my work is just work, and I can't share that with you, not only because it'd be boring as hell, but because it's government work and I can't openly share, you know, the way that we do things. But my time here, my time there, and my time at the table, not sharing that stuff has been really rewarding. It's gotten out of my way, right? It's gotten, I can sit here and I can make something like this box that's going to be a table stretcher, and I can make this without worrying about, oh, did I get that on camera? Did I show that process? Oh, did I get a good angle? Do I need to get a second angle for that? And I can just make it. And this thing is not, there's no plan. I mean, there is. The plan was this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll try to get a highlight of it. The plan was, that's literally all I did, was drew a really rough sketch and wrote a cut list down, just off the top of my head. I mean, I knew the height, width, and length of the overall table. Other than that, the rest of this just kind of, all right, I'll take an inch off of this and then divide this by 2 and then, you know, subtract from my board width. That sort of thing. I just slapped that together in about 5 minutes and then set to building. And there was no plan, there was no process, there was no camera in my way, and it felt really, really good. And I feel really awkward about that because truthfully, because of this year, because of the game design work I've done, because of this thing and the other projects that I've worked on down here without sharing it with the world, without writing blog posts, without doing any of that, I've seriously considered just deleting CheveeDodd.com. Not necessarily deleting it, but just putting up a landing page and that's it. Like, here's my contact info if you want to get a hold of me. And really just, I'm not going to throw any of the content away, but just make it like, if you're really interested, you can still find it. But the majority of it, you know, just get rid of the, let's talk about my day-to-day life, because nobody goes there. There are some older articles that every now and then somebody digs up, but it's not worth my time to maintain. I don't even think the site is worth my time to maintain. I think that honestly, you know, I only log into it about once a year to update plugins in WordPress and then move on, and I don't think that's worth my time. I think it would be much better if I just threw up a landing page and said, there it is. This is what it is. And you know, I guess it comes down to playing games also. I guess the reason that I haven't really been doing a whole lot with the gaming channel is because I've been enjoying just playing games and not having to think about what to say about them. But at the same time, like last night, I started a new game on the Switch and I love it. It's really fun and really cool, and nobody is talking about this game. And so while I'm playing it on the Switch, I don't know if you know this, there's a little like hold this button down and it'll record 30-second video clips. And I recorded a bunch of video clips, took a bunch of stills, like I'm going to do a video about this because I'm really enjoying it. And I think I'm going to do a video about it because I'm really enjoying it. But that's what my brain is thinking while I'm playing a game. I'm not enjoying the game because it's a game. I'm enjoying the game because I thought, oh, I got to show this to people. People will enjoy this. What people, right? Like there's nobody enjoying my videos. Like I didn't mean that. I still love you. I really do. But there's nobody, like, it's not discoverable content, right? It's not something somebody's going to stumble upon and be like, wow, this guy's cool. I'm going to watch his videos. That's not what I do. Right? I do just me, raw, unfiltered, pretty boring me. And I've been really enjoying maybe even being more boring this year because I'm not sharing all those things. And I don't know how that makes me feel. You know? 26 years or whatever we've had the internet, I've shared stuff on it all the time about what I'm doing and who I am. Do I just stop that? Or do I just find a different way to do it? Maybe that's the answer. I don't know, but I wanted to share that with you because it's been on my mind. Oh, the other thing was the miter gauge, the custom precision miter gauge, the Craig miter gauge. It's set on the floor here since January, or maybe no, March. It's set on the floor here since March. And I never used it because I intended to film a setup video and I intended to talk about it. So it just sat here because I was never going to be ready for that. And that sucks, right? So I just I put it together, started using it, and I love it. Will I ever do a video on it? Probably not. I just don't feel the need. I feel like that's already been done. And maybe there's just not enough reward in it, and I'm seeking a reward like validation that I'm not getting, and so I just don't want to do it. But the thing sat here for 8 months or whatever it's been because I didn't bother filming it. And I wanted to. I don't know what that means. All I'm saying is I've been enjoying this process of just working by myself. I think that Fearsome Warrior said yesterday, if filming projects was easy, I would film every project I ever made. And I think that's true. It's not easy, and that's the thing. Like it's in the way. Sharing, not necessarily filming, even just writing about it or posting pictures on Twitter or whatever. That stuff gets mentally in the way because as opposed to just doing something, you also have to think, oh, am I going to share this? And if I am, I have to approach it completely differently. And that can be taxing, very taxing. So don't be surprised if CheveeDodd.com disappears. It might. I don't know. So far, I haven't taken the energy to go do it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here, as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. I really do. And I didn't mean to insult you earlier. I'm sorry. I'll see you tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is inculcate. It is a transitive verb meaning to impress an idea or belief upon someone by repeating it to that person over and over until the idea is firmly lodged in his brain. New cult members are quickly inculcated with the cult leader's beliefs and worldview. Inculcate. I-N-C-U-L-C-A-T-E. Oh, okay. I was thinking of this next word when I saw that. Because this next word, this inculcate, the emphasis, according to the pronunciation key, is on the N. This next word is different. It's the word I was thinking of when I read this, but it's pronounced differently. The emphasis is on the second syllable.